Namaskar. Welcome to Vision of Asia Voice Community. As we meet this Sunday, we have some special features waiting for you in today's Vision of Asia, and we will show a film to New India with Love, directed by Emmy-nominated director Trilok Malik, presented by Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. This will be followed by a conversation with both of them, and then we take you to our weekly segment this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, followed by a report on a gala organized to express gratefulness for the services rendered by Deputy Consul General Shatrughan Sinha, who will be leaving from New York after his tenure in the month of September. This was organized by Indian community from New York, New Jersey and Connecticut in New Jersey. So all this coming up right after these short messages. Welcome back. You're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of Community, and now the time for a special review of an important film. Yes, it's a short film with very important theme relevant for all NRIs. And first, we introduce you to the key members related to this film. Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and I am delighted to be joined in this frame with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh as well as Emmy-nominated director Trilok Malik ji, and both of them are here to talk about an important production which is close to the heart of Trilok Malik ji as well as Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, and that is the film which we would be sharing. And right after the film, we'll have the opportunity of talking to both of them also. Watch this film and stay with us.
Hello, Professor Khanna. This is for you.
Thank you very
Most
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Please come.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, sir.
This is my email ID. Feel free to contact me. I will try to get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Professor. Sir, the lecture was amazing, sir. Learned a lot. So you came all the way from America, and America is such a great country. Everybody is so happy and rich over there. I really want to go there. And I even have my passport ready. Can you help me? So just take me with you, please.
Young man, you're part of New India. New India is in the making. It's an exciting time to be in India, and you must contribute your part building this new India.
New India. Do you have any idea about this India? Pardon my saying this, sir, but you don't live here. What you know about this India is what you get from the media or the articles or the newspaper.
New India is in the making.
No, not at all, sir. New India is all about faking. एक हिंदुस्तानी दूसरे हिंदुस्तानी पर भरोसा करने से पहले 100 बार सोचता है. रिश्ते नाते ये सब किताबी भाषा है. लोग क्या कहेंगे, जमाना क्या कहेगा. It's so fake, sir. It's not real. It's not real.
New India could become real.
How? And when? Okay, you tell me, why NRIs do not come back to India? Not even you.
I don't know about others, but I do think of coming back. And I contemplate, I should not have left.
Sir, I don't think my thinking rhymes with yours. Sir, I am a college graduate and I don't have a job. Every day I get rejected. I come back home and I see my parents, my youngers. I feel so helpless, so guilty about them. So in my observation, India is not what it is said it was. Today we are so self-focused, so self-centered, so self-obsessed. हम लोग देश के बारे में क्या सोचें सर? हमें तो अपने से फुर्सत नहीं है.
Have faith in New India. New India can be made great only by the Indians living in India. We NRIs help India while living outside. When you leave your country, there's an emotional price you pay. Young man, there's no right or wrong. You make the choice. New India can be made great only by the Indians living in India.
Good
Vijay?
evening, sir.
Good evening. So you are at it again?
Sir, if you allow me to explain myself, I'll be able to. Actually, what happened?
Well, Vijay, I would say that Professor Khanna was quite impressed with you, and he has left this book, Mahatma Gandhi, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, and every Indian should read this book.
Welcome back. This was a wonderful film, very, very impactful as well as insightful. And Trilogy, I must clap for this production and your acting. And talk to me about this project. This is NRI going to India with Bharat in his heart and looking at the future of Bharat as new India. Share the creative process of the film, please.
See, as a NRI, especially when we become successful, we are world citizen. That means with that success, we can live anywhere. But somehow India remains part of our life. It remains in our DNA. I love India. I love India. Even though as a NRI, sometimes we cannot go back and live there. That's a different chapter. But every time I go there, some young man will ask me, "Sir, can you help me to get a visa to America? Can you tell me how can I come?" Now that is not possible. So I wanted to make it kind of a very hopeful film, a film which gives a hope to the youth today's time. If you can't leave India, your family doesn't have a 50 lakhs of rupees worth land, you are not highly educated, what should you do? Should you be depressed? Or should you look at India, see how can I create the possibilities? How can I create the opportunities so I become part of New India? See, New India, what is the New India? New India is for that young man who's standing at the crossroad, who looks at New India. This is the India now. It is my home. What can I do? How can I create something? So I wanted to suggest, as a NRI going back there, or even not going back there, can mentor the youth of India.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's how this idea was born.
That's wonderful. So I'll come back to you about the film and some of the questions that came to my mind after watching the film. But Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, you of course love India and you have championed the cause of India on various forums. I'm sure you resonated with the theme of this film. Talk to me about your first impressions of experiencing it.
Well, my first impression about this film is it's a very patriotic film, and it's a film focused towards the young generation, because we have to let young generation know that India of today is a different India what we left 50 years ago, India back in 70s. So, and India has come long way. India's economy is going all the way upward. India becomes the third largest economy in the world. India has a 1.3 billion population, and almost 50%, half of the population is less than 45 or 40 years of age. So it's a very young, vibrant India. And so all the Indian youth should not keep running to the foreign countries or outside India for the opportunities, because now in India has a lot of opportunities, lot of good businesses, lot of education, and New India has unique opportunity than coming out and struggling and getting into the taking a long way to success. So I think I commend Trilogy for this concept, this story, and once you watch this movie, you will agree with us that New India is a different India, it's a great India, it's a world leader India, and it's a third largest economy of the world. So that's
Very
what
well,
my
yeah, Trilogy, very well. I'm really happy to hear the impressions of Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh about the film as well as about the India and the promises that India offers for the youth. But let me backtrack with you. When you are a voice of NRI going back from America, and the youth sitting there, when they hear these ideas, they feel, if that is the case, why don't you come back? You probably encountered somebody asking you a similar question, did you? Trilogy?
That's a very good question. Okay, I also wanted to add something what Dr. Saab said about the New India. New India does not come without problems. It will have problem. It was problem 50 years ago when my father was a young man. It will be always problem. Every country has a problem.
Absolutely.
We have to find a way. We need to be creative. What can I do under the circumstances? Should I look at the glass half full or half empty? So, NRI is going back. It's a desire a lot of people have. But what happened? They cannot go back because they have children here. They have a life in the outside India. So that creates another emotional conflict. And as the NRIs, if we cannot go back, we can help the youth by giving them consultation, by giving this advice. Because once we are successful outside India, I'm sure Dr. Saab can say the same thing. When we look at back the students there, we can guide them without the money. Say, hey, you are doing this. Dr. Saab can guide to somebody, young doctor. Okay, you want to be a doctor, you can do this. I can guide people. So going back, that's another conflict. I hope I answered the question.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Saab, let's look at the policy and vision with which current government is serving the nation and focusing on youth with startup initiatives. So, do you see some direction which we find in the film also resonates with the mindset of current Prime Minister and his government?
Yes, absolutely, because current Prime Minister, all his projects or his government's projects are focused towards a young generation, because they want to make young generation more educated, get a better opportunity for the different kind of business entrepreneurship, and to including the startup and any other businesses. And therefore, I think the current government of the day is on right track. And now what Prime Minister has declared last 15th August, 2 weeks ago, that he is embarking on a huge infrastructure project, which gives a lot of jobs to the young generation, lot of opportunity to young generation, and will change the whole look of the India. India will look like any other Western countries in near future.
Creative aspect of the film, very briefly, any anecdote that you may want to share with our viewers?
Well, the young man who acted with me, he's in National School of Drama. And I had a very good team. I had Murtaja Ali Khan, who wrote the script and the dialogues. He's been a film critic for many years. He had watched thousands of films. Then I have Rakesh Zohoritia, who came from the background of advertising. So he was the editor and the assistant, did a good job. I had a cast and crew of 30 people, because a lot of these students were from the filmmaking school. And their dean asked me, can you give them an experience of making a short film? And we did that.
Wonderful. So I appreciate that. With those claps, I would like to conclude by requesting Padma Shri Dr. Suvir Parikh to share your views on what do you think is the take-home message for most of our viewers who are primarily NRIs watching ITV Gold.
Well, I mean, my real impression and the message, take-home message here after watching the film is that India is moving forward, moving upward. India is a very young country now. 50% of the population is less than 45 years of age. Very vibrant, well educated, and well motivated. And therefore, for young generation, if they don't need to go out of the India, and they can have plenty of opportunities in India if they want to know how to explore those possibilities, how to grab those opportunities, and how to make it successful. And all NRIs should encourage them, should mentor them, and give them leadership. And I think that will be a next best India I can envision.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, for supporting this project, presenting it and conceiving it. Emmy nominated director as well as actor, our friend Trilok Malik ji. Congratulations to you. Thank you.
Sir, I want to give one last message before you say bye.
Go ahead.
To all the viewers, go ahead, make the best what you can under the circumstances. That's all. Thank you. And I love India. That is why to New India with love from Trilok Malik from New York City. And I also want to thank Dr. Sudhir Parikh ji for supporting this project.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. With folded hands for both of you as well as for our viewers. Namaste. Welcome back. You're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of Community, and now time to connect with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh in our weekly segment. This week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, and the focus today is, of course, Afghanistan. And now time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher and India advocate in this week. Namaskar, welcome to this special episode. Dr. Namaskar, since we are in the same frame, it feels good to be greeting with Namaskar. That became an international thing with COVID. Internationally speaking, very significant day, the day when we are recording 31st August, American forces pulled out from Afghanistan completely. President is going to address on this. Overall, worldview is not favorable for America at the moment. Your take on this final call? They actually preceded the deadline.
Well, I mean, USA pulled out as President said or declared that USA will be out before August 31st, and USA did it. But we are not sure why there is a lot of criticism all over the world because all the American US citizens are not out. All the people, those who help the US green card holders are not out, and all people, Afghanis, those who helped the USA in last 20 years, they are not out. So I think it sounds like a half work done, even though the government is saying that they're going to have diplomatic channel through Qatar and will try to get people, those who left out there. But so overall perception is the whole project or whole operation is not very smooth and successful.
So this will have political ramifications as well as overall America's image with its allies, and if there are other initiatives where America, as was known to be acting as world police, would find it difficult to be accepted with credibility.
Probably so, yes, because it's hard to trust. Yesterday only one of the very well-known international commentator was on CNN, and she was telling that the way it was done and the way it ended and what Secretary of State press conference said, it sounds like people will have a hard time to trust what America is saying because not all Americans are out, not all green card holders are out, not all those who helped America is out. And we promised that at least all American citizens and green card holders will be out, and they are not. So now we don't know what their future is. Of course, probably through diplomatic channel, they may be able to get out. But right now, it doesn't sound that whole operation is successful.
It is not, Dr. Sudhir ji. I must also bring to your attention the recent images of President Biden while he was receiving the bodies of fallen heroes of America due to bomb blast at the Kabul airport, and he was shown, you must have seen those visuals which were repeatedly shown, to be looking at his watch, and people interpreted it as if he was thinking about the next agenda, which might be natural in normal circumstances, but here it shows him less empathetic. What is your take?
I think so. The perception or optic is very bad. It looks more insensitive person, and therefore I think Biden has will be have a lot of challenges in future, and even Democratic Party in 2022 it may affect the election, and so let's see. Hope for best, but I think optic was not perfect and not very clear.
Right, right. I think, if I may say, you were looking at it as Americans mostly supporting Biden's decision, and I stand with you, and probably you would stand with that statement of yours, where Americans don't want to have their forces in Afghanistan, but the way it was executed, it has left not just bad taste but bad blood on the soil of Afghanistan for many people, including many Americans. Now, moving forward is important, but just looking back with you at the situation in Afghanistan, and especially the last 2 weeks or so, there were situations where America wanted to show that it is still powerful, it is in command, and they were controlling the airport, but still these blasts happened. So they did the reactive action to show that they have strength, they meaning America. But that also seems to have backfired. You must have heard stories where they ended up hitting innocent people.
Well, I mean, somebody has described very nicely that 20 years ago we went to defeat the terrorists in Afghanistan, and after 20 years we end up giving on a gold platter whole Afghanistan to terrorists. So I think overall this is a war which is failed war.
Indeed, it is a failed war, as well as it has made world even more dangerous place. Looking at that region, it brings additional challenges for Pakistan and India also. Pakistan initially is, so look at it from the Pakistan point of view. While they are celebrating, it may not turn out to be good for them also in the long term.
Yes, it may not be good for them or good for any of the South Asian neighbors, and therefore I think it's a failed war, and America, I think, should not be take any satisfaction or take any credit for this war, because I think this war was just like what happened to Russians 20 years ago. The same thing happened to the America.
Now, looking at United Nations and the position that is held by Russia and China in the Security Council, if there are proposals to act against Taliban, do you think it will be difficult for international community to act in a decisive and aggressive manner?
Of course, because you see in the world politics, all the country has different agenda, and in Security Council it may not even pass because China can veto it, and that's the end of the whole thing. So I think it is very difficult to pass in Security Council, and whole world cannot be get together again. That is impossible, and therefore I think now we have to see how long it takes to make it little more better, but only time will tell us.
And echoing what you said in different words, President of India said that this is a day which also brings an opportunity to freshly learn about the life of Lord Krishna. And what Yogi Adityanath ji has done, Dr. Sudhir Parikh ji, is that he has banned alcohol and meat in Mathura. For obvious reasons, that this being a holy place. Now, what reaction do you foresee it is going to generate in India?
Well, I think they have to, in order to make it more effective or more practical, Not only Mathura, they should ban, just like Gujarat, they should make the whole Rajasthan alcohol free.
Uttar
And
Pradesh.
then it will work better. Otherwise, it won't work. Because if you ban alcohol in one town and one area and not in neighboring town or neighborhood, then it's not going to work. Then it becomes more symbolic than reality. So I think if they really believe in alcohol-free thing, then they should ban just like Gujarat has, and at least that will help. At least 90% of the time, it will be alcohol-free.
So there are two sides to it. One having a blanket ban in the whole state. Another, I think this also leads us to think that, especially holy places, which we refer to as tirthas, they should not have alcohol shop just in the same street where.
Well, that's all kind of hypocrisy again. Because if you believe that alcohol is bad for people, bad for poor, particularly poor people of the society. That's why in Gujarat still we have alcohol ban, right? We cannot sell alcohol in open market because, of course, government loses the revenue from that. But I think they believe in that because Gandhiji is a Gandhiji's teaching. They believe in that because alcohol, the bad complication or bad effect of the alcohol happens in the poor family. They don't have enough resources, economic resources to earn, and they spend half of the family income or resources into alcohol, and because of the alcohol, they affects their health. So I think I would suggest to go do the whole, just like Gujarat, Rajasthan is the next door neighbor, should be alcohol banned, because otherwise what will happen, the people right now, people from the Gujarat, they go to Mount Abu in Rajasthan and they drink. So that is all, it's not really sincere thing. And so if in order to being more sincerity in the action, whole state should be banned, not only one town will be banned.
Right. So what you just shared again makes it clear that you are a humanist and you love humanity.
Right.
But when Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister has made this declaration on Janmashtami, it is from the point of view of protecting the sanctity of a pious space. But we will see what way it is actually implemented. But looking at the time constraint that we have, one important issue which is drawing attention of Indian American community is related to one conference which is referred to as dismantling Hindutva, and it was promoted as 40 universities supporting it, and it is out and out clear cut spitting venom or spreading hatred against Hinduism from the academic forums. Your take on how the community should respond to this?
I think we all should, whether we are Hindu or not Hindu or otherwise, we all should oppose this kind of agenda, this kind of propaganda. And our media group, Parikh Hulwal Media, we are literally writing so many articles and opposing this thing, and we are actively involved in it. We are mobilizing the mass, and we already filed a petition to stop this kind of university-based propaganda against the Hindutva. And that's all we can do, or we should do in the democracy. And I think we should be vocal, we should be protesting, and we should be aggressive.
Absolutely. So I appreciate your take, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Such a pleasure having you with us week after week, and with that special insight, your parting remarks for our viewers.
Well, dear friends, happy Janmashtami to all of you, all my Hindu brothers and sisters. Also, I would like to say that please remember, COVID pandemic is still around. Delta variant is around. So please get vaccinated if you are not vaccinated, and if you are vaccinated and it's almost 8 months before, then try to get the booster when time comes, sometime next month. So please do so to end this pandemic. So God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American community, and hope you will join us again next week. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
You're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of Community, and now we take you to the special report which was organized by Indian American community members of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut to pay respect as well as say goodbye to a great community friend, Deputy Consul General Shatrughan Sinha, who would be moving back to India after completing his tenure as Deputy Consul General here in New York.
You have been an incredible, absolutely incredible representative of Indian government, and I'm sure Indian government as well as India is so proud of you, the amount of work you do, you're always available, you have done, I can't even, you always smile, you always are ready to help, you really are one true, absolutely rare individual. And I just want to say that whatever life brings you, wherever you go, that you always carry your smile with you, and you do make us all very, very proud. So again, everybody, let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Shatrughan Sinha.
My connection with Shatrughan was not that much because I was not that much involved, but few times I met him. He always, I didn't know whether even he knew my name, but he always called me by Bipin Bhai. I think that was really impressive because a lot of people, even I forget the name, but I just met you a couple times and you called me Bipin Bhai. It was really touching. It was really touching to me. So again, thank you. May God bless you and your family and wish you good luck. Thank you.
My dear friend Shatrughan ji, Mrs. Sinha, and dear friends, it has been a great pleasure to know Sinha ji for last 3 years. You have displayed to the world what true diplomat is. A diplomat is a person who has pulse of the community and politics. A diplomat is a person who knows how to accomplish goals without fanfare. Diplomat is a person who works for the country's glory and not for their own benefits. And really, we'll miss you. You can always count on us, all FIA friends, as well as on me, that your friends are here. Anytime you want to talk to us, or whenever you come and visit the USA, you are our guest. So God bless you, and God bless India, and God bless FIA. Jai Hind.
I am honored to be friend with Shatrughan Sinha ji, who has dedicated his life in serving Indian communities around here in the tri-state area. He has always been supportive of our community, no matter how occupied he was with the matter of foreign affairs. He never missed an opportunity to honor us with an esteemed presence to our social, cultural, everywhere the community call him.
I thank the DCG for your presence. You have made great strides representing the Indian community, and I'm so honored to be with you in your presence. Thank you for FIA for hosting this incredible event. I would not be here if it were not for individuals such as each of you who made the great stride of coming from India to America. I'm only in the position that I'm in because of each and every single one of you. And I thank you for that, tremendously from the bottom of my heart. But you should also know that you're right now in Edison, New Jersey. Edison has the highest percentage of Indian Americans in the entire United States of America.
But thank you, DCG. It's an honor to have known you, to call you our friend, to call you our fraternity brother of FIA. The interactions we have had in numerous states in the Northeast has been the memory that we as FIA will cherish for a long time. Not just me, the entire FIA team. I want to thank Mrs. Sinha for playing her role from behind the scenes. We have a little bit of a glimpse on what it takes to be in the community and how many long hours it takes to serve the community. So thank you, ma'am, for allowing him to serve the community and put a valiant effort at it. We wish you grand success with your future endeavors, and we look forward to welcoming you back here. I'm sure you will come here and having a toast with you on that occasion.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that every day is a new day, every journey is a new journey, exciting journey. So with the blessings of Lord Krishna, we'll pray that your future journey will be very auspicious and you can do more to the community and to the country.
Distinguished, talented, young individual in the form of Abhimanyu Mishra. Please join me in welcoming Abhimanyu Mishra, the youngest chess grandmaster in the history of the sport. And here he is. I'll have him say a few words.
My coaches and my dad, they've all helped me. My dad is right there. And my coaches, Arun Prasad Subramaniam, Magesh Chandran, and Harikrishna Patala, they've definitely helped me throughout this whole journey, and I can't thank them enough.
A special gratitude to Federation of Indian Associations. During my tenure here, a few important historic things happened. One was FIA completed 50 years of its existence. Not many organizations last 50 years. So it speaks volumes for what the leadership of FIA has done. Need not be far just because of geographical distance. I will be there for you, and I know you are there for me. Please do stay in touch. Thank you. Jai Hind.
किस तरह से शुक्रिया कहे आपको, किस तरह से शुक्रिया कहे आपको अंकुर भाई, जमीन से उठाकर दिल में बिठा लिया सुजल भाई, जमीन से उठाकर दिल में बिठा लिया, नजरों में समाकर पलकों पे समा लिया, नजरों में समाकर पलकों से, इतना प्यार दिया एफआई ने हमको, इतना प्यार हो दिया एफआई हो के मेरे बिखरे शब्द को कविता बना दिया, मेरे बिखरे शब्द को कविता बना दिया।
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy Happy birthday to you. बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, तू जिए हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आरज़ू। Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
दो पद्म के साथ में
Today is a day of mixed feelings for me. We are here in Edison, where FIA has bid farewell to me. I am going on my next assignment to New Delhi, to Ministry of External Affairs at the headquarters. My 3 years here in New York have been very exciting, very fulfilling, very satisfying. And one of the main reasons for this is support of community organizations like Federation of Indian Associations. Community leaders like Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, Chairman of FIA, Sri Ankur Vaidya. You all have been a great pillar of support to me. Whatever little we could achieve, I think we achieved a lot, but whatever we could achieve was because of the support which you extended. Consulate General of India in New York covers 10 states in the northeast of United States. With the help of the organizations like FIA, our reach is extended, our reach is magnified. Your help, especially in critical times of need, as they say, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And FIA has always stood up whenever the motherland, India, requires any support, any assistance. Especially during the COVID pandemic, we have received a lot of support from FIA, not only in terms of individual contributions of the members, but also as an organization in helping, in routing aid from United States to India. So I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to Federation of Indian Associations. They are the winners of the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award, and I truly feel that they totally deserved it.
We would like to bid farewell to our dear friend DCG Shatrugna Sinha ji. Really, we wish you all the best for your future endeavor, and we wish that you and your family are in good health, as well as will come back here either as a CG or as an ambassador, and that is our real wish, and we wish you the best. And anytime you can always count on us, count on FIA, as Ankur, as well as me personally, and we are your real friends, and always will stand with you. Thank you.
I wish Honorable Deputy Consul General prosperous, successful, healthy, happy journey to him and to the entire Sinha family. And I hope our prayers again cross in the near future. God bless you. God bless America. Bharat Mata ki jai.
आज का जो दिन है वो विदाई समारोह था हमारे माननीय डिप्टी कौंसल जनरल श्री शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा जी के संदर्भ में। और ये जो दिन है वैसे तो बहुत हम लोग अपना मन थोड़ा दुखी जैसा है, लेकिन खुशी इस बात का है कि उनके जीवन में नए चीज़ आने वाले हैं, नई उपलब्धियां उनके जीवन में आएंगे। और कम्युनिटी इस बात के लिए दुखी भी है कि उन्होंने सबके चेहरे पे मुस्कान ला दिया था। जो नए अधिकारी अभी आएंगे उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रहेगा कि ये जो न्यूयॉर्क कॉन्सुलेट है उसमें इतना सारा काम आता है, इतना ज़्यादा कि उसको कर पाना, हर किसी को खुश रखना बहुत ही मुश्किल का काम है।
वी आर हियर एट द अकबर celebrating our own Deputy Consul General Shatrugna Sinha ji's send-off. It was amazing diplomat and very dear to us. He had spent great time with us, working together hand to hand for the community. And Federation of Indian Association is really thankful, and we wish him a great success in future endeavor. And thank you, ITV Gold, to be part, Dr. Sudhir Parekh, being here, supporter for a long time.
Thank you very much for being with us today and taking your time out on this weekend to be a part of Vision of Asia. This program comes to you, of course, every Sunday, but we from ITV Gold are with you through our Facebook page 24/7, and our special programming is available on our Facebook page. So be our friends there, as well as subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel and keep writing to us, events@itvgold.com. Once again, thanking for your love and support. This is Ashok Vyas. Namaste.